Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for today's at-home Super Sculpt thigh workout. Today is a no equipment routine. However, if you want to step up the intensity for some of the mat work, feel free to put on a set of ankle weights. I also have a couple of yoga blocks handy that I'm going to use for some of the seated exercises. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can simply use a cushion or folded up towel, whatever is comfortable for you to sit on. This workout does include a warm up and a cool down, so let's go ahead and get right into our thigh sculpting and toning. I'm going to set these blocks off to the side so I've got space on my mat, and we're just going to begin with some hip circles. So I'd like you to place your hands on your hips, take your stance nice and wide, and we're going to draw circles with those hips. So sending the hips back, out to the side, pushing them forward, and repeating. Inhaling and exhale. I'd like you to bend into the knees here as we mobilize those hips. Good. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, and pause. Let's reverse directions. Really send those hips back and push them forward and out to each side as you circle around. Breathing deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. We've got 3. Nice big circles for 2. Lubricating the hip joint, and last 1, bring it to center. Nicely done. Now we're going to bring the feet about hip distance apart, and we're going to go into some heel lifts. So we're going to lift up the right heel, and then as we're lowering it, we're lifting up the left heel. So switching from side to side, moving onto the ball of the foot. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Nice tall posture. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Neck and spine are nice and long. And we're just warming up the legs, the calf muscles, as we alternate from side to side. Move slowly and with control, softening the heels back down to the mat. Good. Draw your navel in toward your spine as you exhale. It'll help support that posture and balance. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Now we're going to take the hands out to the side or out in front, lengthen through the spine, and we're going to lift those knees up toward the arms. Good. Lift them as high as you can. Balancing on one leg. Good. Breathing deeply here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Try not to lean over to one side, so you want to keep yourself nice and upright. Good. Working that balance, stability, and control. Warming up the lower body for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands back onto the hips. And now we're going to circle the right knee over to the side and circle the left knee over to the opposite side. Good. Drawing nice big circles with those knees out to the side, and then lowering the foot softly down to the mat as we continue to mobilize those hips. Nicely done. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. You can shake out your legs a little bit here. We're going to get into our standing portion of the workout. We're going to start with some narrow stance squats. So take your feet about hip distance apart. You want your ankles, knees, and hip bones lined up. From here, we're going to elevate the arms as we send the hips back, keeping those legs in alignment, and then lifting up. So lower and lift. Lower, nice flat back, and lift. So being really careful not to arch your spine here as you lower down. As you lift up, you're pushing up through those heels. Squeezing the glutes and the thighs as you do so. Take a look at those knees, make sure that they're not knocking in or splaying out to the sides. And if they are, you might need to do a more shallow squat and focus on your form before going too low for your level of strength. Good. Lowering and pushing up through the heels. Nice long neck, crown of the head is elevated up toward the ceiling. Good, now we're gonna add on, we're gonna lower, lift and come up onto those toes, and then repeat. Lower, lift onto the toes, and soften heels down. Nice work. Little balance challenge here. If you need to, you can hold on to a wall. Good, really squeezing those thighs and calf muscles as you elevate, holding for a split second, and then softening the heels and lowering back down into that squat. Engage the core. Good, we've got 3. Just about lost my balance there. And 2. Nice work. And final 1. Lift and hold and soften heels down. Nicely done. It's already brought the heart rate up. We're gonna take the stance nice and wide now. Toes are splayed out. And we're gonna go into some wide leg squats. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Inhale and exhale, draw your navel in. Really widening the knees as you sink that tailbone down toward the floor, keeping the spine elevated. Good. Squeezing the thighs as you push up, driving up through those heels. Amazing work. Get a little lower if you can. For 5, 4, 3, tighten the core as you lift. 2, and final 1. Now adding on, we're going to lift the right heel as we lower down. So we're lowering and lifting, lowering the heel. Lower and lift. So as you lower, you lift the right heel. As you lift, you lower it back down to the floor. Good. 6, abs in. 5, get a bit lower. 4, 3, 2, amazing work. Last one, we're gonna come down and hold with the right heel lifted, and we're gonna pulse. Little pulses here. Good, keep that heel elevated. Good job, keep pulsing. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, my thigh started to shake there. Okay, shake it out a little bit. You can roll the hips, shake the legs. We're gonna do the other side. So we're inhaling, lifting the left heel, and then lowering the left heel as you lift up into your standing position. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Core is tight as we breathe out, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're lowering down, keeping that heel elevated and pulsing. Good, little control pulses here. Ooh, my leg is shaking. Nice work, keep pulsing. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift it up. Nicely done. Drawing some circles with those knees. And regulating the breath. Okay, we're gonna move down to the mat now. So you're gonna want your blocks handy or whatever it is you've chosen to sit on. You can also just sit directly on the mat, but I feel like having something under the bum really helps us when we're in a seated position to eliminate any sort of rounding in the spine. We can sit up a little bit taller, really working that good posture. Now I'm going to extend the right leg out long, Left leg is bent, and I'm just gonna hold on to the shin and kind of push into the shin so that I am encouraging my spine to really lengthen and straighten here. Core is engaged. We're gonna pick up that right leg, take it out to the side, bring it back in and lower it. Lift, take it out to the side, bring it back in and lower. Lift, take the leg out to the side and then lower down, keeping that spine elevated. Really squeezing the thigh muscles to get that lift. Good. Amazing work. Final 5. Really squeeze that thigh. 4. Working into the hip here as well. Last 2. Nicely done. And final 1. And lower it down. So you should really feel that into the quad. The muscles just above the knee, really good way to support and strengthen the area around the knee as well. So we're gonna take the leg up now, and we're just gonna come out and in, keeping that leg elevated for 8, 7, sitting up nice and tall, 6, 5, belly to spine, 4, working those thighs, 3, 2, and 1, lower down. Whew, those burned. Okay, now I'm gonna switch sides. I'm gonna take my blocks with me. I just have a little bit more space this way. You can stay facing the same direction if you've got the space to extend that left leg out to the side. So sitting up nice and tall, extending that left leg out long, holding on to the right shin to really get that lengthening through the spine. We're going to pick the left leg up, take it to the side, back to center, and lower. Lift, out to the side, back to center, and lower. You've got this. Nice work. Gaze is straight ahead, spine is nice and long. Let's go 5, 4, squeeze that thigh, 3, nice work, last 2, and final 1, bring it in and lower it down. Now really correcting that posture if you're experiencing any slumping. We're gonna lift the leg and take it out to the side for 10, 9, 8, quads are working hard here, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, nicely done. Now extend both legs together. We're going to go into some alternating leg lifts. So I'd like you to place your hands either down by your sides for support, or you can place your hands on your hips, whatever's more comfortable. We're going to lift the right leg and lower, lift the left leg and lower, lift and lower. Hold for a split second at the top of the lift, really engaging the thigh muscles. Good, pointing hard through the toe here. So your calves are switched on as well. It's a tiny range of movement, but you will be feeling it. Good, squeeze the thigh, hold, and then lower down. Good work, sitting up tall, core is engaged. We've got 5, 4, lift a bit higher, 3, 2, and 1, lowering down. Nicely done. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of my blocks now. I don't need them anymore. And we're going to move down into a side lying position. So again, as mentioned, if you want more intensity, I would suggest putting on a set of ankle weights. If not, you're still gonna feel the burn using body weight resistance only. So we're out on the side. You can either be head resting on top of your arm like so, or propped up with your palm. I've got my opposite hand down on the mat for support. Really lengthening through the legs, core is tight. We're gonna pick those legs up and hinge from the hip so that we're in a pike position. From here, I'm gonna lift the top leg up, lower it to hip height, and then I'm going to sweep it forward, keeping it at hip height. Come back, lift, lower, sweep forward. Good. Lift, lower, sweep forward and back. So as you bring that leg back, you want to pause it just on top of the lower leg and then send that leg up nice and high and repeat. Now, if you're losing stability, do what I just did there and bend the lower leg. That really helps you to maintain stability. You also want to ensure that your core is engaged so you're not rocking around in your torso. We really want to isolate this work in the lower body. Good. Let's go 5, 4, nicely done. For 3, 2, belly to spine, and last one, and lift and lower. Good. I'm gonna take both of my legs long here. You can keep that lower leg bent if you'd like to. We're going to bring the top leg and tap it down in front of the lower leg, and then bring it up and tap it down behind the leg. So you're drawing an arc in the air with that top leg. Good. Really squeezing those thigh muscles. We're working into the gluteus medius here too, and into the hip muscles as well. Really nice and controlled here. Again, keeping that torso still and stable, that core engaged. Good. As we come from side to side. Nice work. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up and lower it down. Nice work. Now from here, we're going to go into some large circles. So we're going to sweep the leg back, down and around and pause. Circle down, back and around and pause. So you're lifting that leg. That's 3, 4. Imagine you're drawing a big circle in the air with your big toe. Your big toe is like a paintbrush. Good. Amazing work. For 2. And final 1. Hold it there. We're going to reverse. So bring it up, down and around, reverse directions. Down and around. Sweep the leg up and circle it. Good. 4, 5. Nice big controlled circles. Move as slowly as you need to maintain that control. We've got 4, 3, last 2, and final 1. Hold the leg at hip height. Hips are stacked, one on top of the other. We're gonna flex that top foot and pulse. Little controlled pulses working into the glutes and the side of the thigh here, the outer thigh. Amazing work. Keep that foot flexed. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, belly to spine. 3, 2, and 1, lower the leg down. Amazing work. Now we're gonna come over and do the other side. Okay, so coming on to the opposite side, getting nice and comfortable, we're going to stretch the legs out long and support the head either on the arm or the hand. You've got your opposite hand down here on the mat. We're gonna pick those feet up and hinge forward, coming into our pike. Now from here, we're elevating that top leg. We're lifting and then sweeping it forward and repeat. Lift, lower to hip height, sweep forward, lift, sweep forward. Nice work. 6, extend. 7, mobilizing the hips, strengthening the glutes. Relax those shoulders. Nice work. Bend that lower leg if you need more stability. Lift and lengthen. Come forward. Lift and lengthen for 5, 4, finding length, 3, 2, and final 1. Lift and lower down. Stretching the legs out long or keeping that lower leg bent. We're going to tap forward and lift up and over, tapping backwards. Finding as much stability through the torso as possible. Good. Core is engaged. Shoulders are relaxed. Nicely done. For 3. And last 1. Lift up and over and bring the legs together. Amazing. Now we're going to move right into those big circles. I'm going to bend my lower leg for some stability. Using the toe like a pencil or a paintbrush in the air, we're going to circle back, down, and around. Lift and lengthen. Nice work for 4. Core engaged, shoulders relaxed. 5. Good. Last 3. And 2. Nice and smooth. And final 1. Amazing control. Reverse direction of those circles. Circling backwards. Good. Really mobilizing the hip here. Strengthening the thighs and the glutes. Halfway. Let's go. 5. Abs in. 4. Stretch and lengthen. 3. Keeping that toe nice and pointed for 2. And final 1. Nicely done. Bringing the leg to hip height, stacking the hips and flexing that top foot. We're going to pulse. Little controlled pulses working into the outer thigh here. Good. Keep pulsing. Nice work. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Lower that top leg. Amazing. We're going to go into some all fours work now to strengthen the hamstrings and the glutes and thighs. So I'd like you to move into an all fours position, either up on your hands like so, or down on your forearms. So I'm down on my forearms, I have my fingers interlaced, or you can have your forearms parallel, palms pressing down onto the mat. I'm going to position the knees so they're below the hips and the elbows should be below the shoulders. We're gonna lengthen through the spine and plug the navel in. We're going to extend the right leg out long, lift the right leg, and flex the foot, pulling the toes toward the shin. Now we're gonna go into some hamstring curls. So we're pulling that heel toward the bum and extending the leg. Heel to bum, extend. Good. Keeping that core plugged in. Nice work. Really contracting the hamstrings with every pull back. Nicely done. Keep that foot flexed. Let's go. 5, 4, 3. Keep lengthening through the spine, shoulders away from the ears. And last 1. Nicely done. Now we're going to lower the leg, lift the leg, and pull the heel to the bum. Extend, tap, lift, and hamstring curl. Good. Lift, pull the heel to the bum, extend and lower. For 5, good work. 6, pull that heel back toward the bum, 7. Nice work. Last 3. And 2. And final 1. Amazing. Now, from here, I'm gonna cross my top leg over the bent leg. And from here, we're gonna go into some leg lifts. So we're gonna lift, keeping the leg on that diagonal, and lower. Lift and lower. So you should really feel this into the inner thigh here, as well as those glutes. Keeping that leg on that crossed over diagonal. Good. Squeezing the thigh and the glute with every lift. Good. Let's go 6, 7, 8. Lift a bit higher. 9 and 10. Hold it there. We're going to pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the leg down. Bring the knees nice and wide and push back into child's pose, stretching and lengthening through the spine. Amazing. We're gonna switch sides now. I'm gonna turn to the other end of my mat so I've got space for those diagonal lifts. I'm gonna come down onto the forearms again. Elbows below the shoulders, knees below the hips. And now I'm going to extend that left leg out long. Good. Lifting it up, keeping the hips square with the mat, flexing through the foot. Heel comes toward the bum, and then we extend, full extension. Good. 3, 4, contract those hamstrings, and 5, last 10. Good. Breathe through it. Breathe out to pull that heel back toward the bum. Core is engaged. Last 5 and 4, 3, lengthen through the neck, relax those shoulders. 2 and final 1. Amazing. Stretch the leg out long, lower, tap the toes to the mat, lift, hamstring curl, extend, lift, hamstring curl. Good. So we're tapping the toes down, pulling the heel toward the bum, full extension plus a leg lift. Amazing work. Keep lengthening through the neck and trying not to let tension build up in the shoulders. Final 3 and 2 and final 1. Nicely done. Point the toe, cross the leg over the bent leg, so you're on that diagonal, and then lift and lower. Good. Let's go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeezing those thighs. Keep the leg out in the diagonal and pulse. Good work. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Lower the knee down to the mat. Take the knees nice and wide and stretch it out. Breathing deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. All right, now we're gonna finish off with a little bit of an inner thigh challenge before we get in a really nice cool down and stretch. So we're gonna come back over onto the side body, resting head on hand or on the arm, bringing the legs slightly forward, plugging the navel in. We're going to make a bridge with that top leg, either in front of the lower leg or behind it, whatever's more comfortable. I'm holding on to my ankle here for some support and stability. We're gonna work this inner thigh. So I'd like you to lift the leg up and then lower, just hover it above the floor. Lift, squeeze the inner thigh and lower. Good, 8, 7, squeeze, 6, good, abs in, And final one, I'd like you to hold at the top of the lift now 10 quick pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. So we just did 10 slow and 10 quick. We're going to repeat that twice more. So lift that lower leg. 10, 9, really squeeze to lift. 7, 6, contracting the inner thigh. 5, abs are engaged. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold at the top of the lift and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. You should be feeling it in those inner thighs. So we're going to repeat that one last time. Float that lower leg, squeeze and turn on the inner thigh as you lift and lower. Good. For 8, 7, 6, relax those shoulders down away from your ears. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to hold and pulse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Nice work. Ooh, I can imagine how much those would burn with ankle weights as well. Wow. Okay, we're going to come over onto the other side and do the same thing. So get nice and comfortable, long on the mat, on that side body. Bring the top leg forward or behind that lower leg. Pick that lower leg up, inner thigh facing up toward the ceiling. 10, 9, feels easy at first, but it really starts to build. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Nice work. Let's repeat. 10, 9, squeeze that thigh, point hard through the toe. 7, 6, how high can you get your leg up there? 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. Pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Thigh is on fire. Okay, I'm going to do that one more time and then we're going to cool down. 10, you can do it. 9, this is the final push. 8, 7, 6, so good to target those inner thighs. They quite often get missed out. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Nicely done. We're going to cool it down now and move into our well-deserved stretch. So I would like you to lower down onto the mat, cross your right leg over your left leg, and you can interlace your fingers, take them behind your left thigh, and just hug that knee in toward the chest, stretching out the right glutes. Hugging it a little bit closer in toward you if that feels good. Increasing the intensity of the stretch. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Switch the crossing of your legs. Hugging that right knee in towards you. Softening the shoulders. Relaxing the face. And focusing on the breath. Breathing deeply in through the nose. And out through the mouth as you hug that knee, maybe a little bit closer in towards you. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I'd like you to roll yourself up to a seated position. Stretch the legs out long. Reach the arms up high and fold over. Flexing the feet, stretching the hamstrings and the calves. Relax your head and your neck. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, pull your belly button in towards your spine, creating a little bit more space so that you can bring your chest closer towards your thighs. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Now from here, we're going to extend the right leg out long, bringing the other foot in toward the thigh. We're going to lift up and fold and lengthen over to that right side, keeping the left bum cheek down on the floor as we reach and stretch through the side body and through the leg. Good. Breathing deeply here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Return to center. Switch legs. Lift up and fold over. Again, keeping that right bum cheek down on the floor so that you can really feel this all the way from the hip, all the way through the side body, and of course the leg. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the soles of your feet together. Butterfly the knees. You can sit up nice and tall here like so, holding onto your ankles, or you can hinge forward. Really stretching out those inner thighs here, drawing the knees down toward the mat. You can place your hands on your knees and apply a little bit of pressure if you'd like to encourage those knees to come a little bit further down toward the floor. Breathing deeply here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring yourself up. You can cross your legs. Lift your shoulders up by your ears. Inhale and exhale. Roll them down and back. For 3, and 2, and final 1. Amazing work. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're really felt it in those thighs. I hope you're feeling strong and well stretched. And I look forward to moving again with you next time. See you soon.